It's the Jim Fannon Show. We've come to take your mind.
The can. I am barely alive, and I'm taking you with me. Share it if you like it. If you hate it, tell me so in the comments. Ouch. What an open. Gotta get a new producer, man. I need somebody working the board for me out here. You know what I'm saying? A right-hand dude. I don't care what hand you are. Right-handed or left-handed. I need a hand over here. You feel me? I have the receipts. If you commented on this post, I love you. And you're about to be outed. But until then, I think I've just got some fun little clips for you, man. I'm not prepared for anything. It is right now. It's 5:33 p.m. EST on a beautiful Thursday evening. I'm exhausted, and I don't think I'm going to be able to make it until 7 p.m. It's been a long day, so I'm recording a quick bit, and if I have it in me, I'll replay this at 7. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a dry run for something else. Excuse me. So, for your dining and dancing pleasure tonight, I think what we're going to do is we're going to hit my playlist on the Trew.Tube channel called Clips. I've rearranged it so that we can hit some of the newer things, at least some of the newer clips I put up. This thing has been in the basement for 2 weeks. Terminated, suspended for 2 weeks. My uploading privileges were gassed. So I'm back. And you might be watching us on the Trew.Tube channel on YouTube. Welcome to my 200 and some odd subs. 8 months old that channel is, I guess. This you may have seen already if you watch the channel or you're on my Facebook. This is a cop who now has been suspended without pay and apparently has a GoFundMe of around $80K last time I looked. He did not like that human bowling ball LeBron James's attitude regarding "you're next," with a picture of a police officer that was, I think the police officer that shot the black girl that was trying to stab another black girl. The 15-year-old, 240-pound black girl going after a younger, smaller 15-year-old black woman, girl, got shot, got killed. How about you don't try to stab someone with a knife in front of a cop? That will increase the chances that you live. Now, without further delay.
Disturbance. Will you have LeBron call my cell phone right away, please? Thank you. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. No, can you put the knife down, please, sir? Sir, no, sir, don't stab it. No, stop stabbing. Stop. Oh, hold on. It's LeBron. LeBron, hey, yeah, it's me again. Listen, I'm out here at this disturbance call, and there's a guy trying to stab another guy with a knife. What do you think I should do? Why does that matter? Okay, well, they're both black. One guy's trying to stab another guy with a knife. Deadly force is completely justified. Uh-huh. I see. So you don't care if a black person kills another black person, but you do care if a white cop kills a black person, even if he's doing it to save the life of another black person? I mean, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but then again, you are really good at basketball, so I guess I'll take your word for it. All right. Yep. Okay. All right. Thanks, LeBron. Michael Jordan's the GOAT. What? Nothing. I gotta go. Sorry.
What? What? Nothing. I gotta go. Michael Jordan's the GOAT. Oh, and Michael Jordan's the GOAT. What? Oh, nothing. Gotta go.
Go. Sorry, guys. You're on your own. Michael Jordan's the GOAT. What? Nothing. I gotta go. Sorry, guys. You're on your own. Good.
Well, last time I looked down, it was at 350 shares, so you guys liked it. Nice. Greta.
If you compare
Should go
the
back to
current
school.
so-called climate policies to the overall current best available
How do you like
science,
my close-up?
you clearly see that there's a huge gap.
So is it?
It is the year 2021.
No.
The fact that we are still having this discussion, and even more
It's
that we are
just,
still
what
subsidizing
does she have?
fossil fuels directly or indirectly,
Don't
using
make
taxpayer
fun.
money,
You can't
is a
make fun of
disgrace.
this girl. Making fun of this girl will get you... I can't be canceled any further. Who am I kidding? We're making fun. I actually agree with what Greta Van Susteren, or whatever her name is. Husenhofen? What? Greta what? You know the thing. Greta. I actually agree with Greta on this point. There should be no more subsidies for the fossil fuel industry. There should be no federal subsidies for anything. Tucker Carlson carves
people still banned from living normal lives?
Justin
Honestly,
Trudeau.
what's the answer to that? It
Fauci.
doesn't make any sense at all. If the vaccine is effective, there is no reason for people who have received the vaccine to wear masks or avoid physical contact. So maybe it doesn't work, and they're simply not telling you
Am I
that.
getting a lag?
Well, you hate to think that, especially if you've gotten 2 shots. But what's the other potential explanation? We can't think of one. We know the Prime Minister of Canada has decided, after thinking about it a lot, that vaccines just don't work. And we know that because he said it out loud. Watch this.
I think it's really important that we work from facts and understanding of the science around things. We know, for example, that the UK is ahead of just about everybody else on vaccinations, and yet they maintain very strong restrictions and are facing a very serious third wave. Vaccinations on their own are not enough to keep us safe. We need to engage in the right kinds of behaviors, do things that the Conservatives aren't always good at, like wearing masks, keeping distances, and obeying public health rules.
Oh, so the leader of Canada, our closest ally, just explained on television that according to the science, the vaccine doesn't stop COVID. Well, if that's true, why are they pushing everyone to get the vaccine? It's really one or the other. Either the coronavirus shot works or it doesn't. But the shot can't be simultaneously highly effective but not restore people's lives to normal. That doesn't make sense. They don't tell you to avoid water fountains after you get the polio vaccine.
At least Fox has some fun. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. Let me try my camera and see what's up. Am I getting a lag? I'm not even broadcasting. Camera TV 1. Okay, let me see here. TV. Camera 1. It's positioned correctly. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's not too bad. Maybe 3, 1. Maybe it was just the clip. Anyway. Hi. Freaks. Really hot. I mean, what's hot here? Everything. My mic mic is really hot, I guess. What the piss? Think I'd get it right after all this time, eh? All right, so next. What do we got next? Oh, I don't know that I want to play this for you.
As you've probably heard by now, protests broke out.
I'm more interested in you getting clear on what the name of this is. Let me recrop it for you. Local fossil Tim Dennis virtue signals about what he considers acceptable protesting. That was my favorite part. The clip is absurd. Just wanted to bring that to your attention. I'm here all night.
I support all that shit. I support them looting the damn Dollar Tree. I support the looting of what other shit did they loot? Like the advanced auto parts.
What other shit did they loot? Yeah, like the advanced auto parts. Yeah, that shit. I support all that shit. Loot that shit. It's reparations. That shit.
I remember last year they looted Target. I support all that shit.
Loot all that shit.
All that shit. Do you know why? Because black people and marginalized
For 400
black
years,
people
we're being
could
oppressed.
loot every store in this whole fucking country for 200 fucking years. It would not even come close to the debt that America owes us.
Nobody needs you to advocate.
Listen, lady. Oh my good gosh. Listen, lady. Listen, listen.
I support all that shit.
I support all that shit.
Listen, lady. We, the collective American, we don't owe you jack.
I support all that shit.
Next, you will use my
Nobody needs you to advocate for
preferred pronouns, or you will not address me.
how difficult it is to use gender-neutral pronouns. Nobody said that the gender binary was fucking easy.
What's with the... Oh my God. God, can you please give us a hand down here? Can you help us? I think evil walks amongst us. And I have proof. What's with the triple zoom? Is that a TikTok thing? Or is that a trans thing? Or is that just a, oh my good gosh, what is this? I'm okay. I've watched this before. I'm going to make it.
These are not my preferred pronouns. These are my pronouns. You will use them, or you will not refer to me. At all. If you misgender me by mistake, fix it and move on. I don't need your elaborate apology. I don't care how many times you say sorry. Just don't do it again.
My heart is on fire. I'm melting. I'm combusting from the inside. Just don't do it again.
What the fuck? What the actual fuck is going on here?
Moreover, if someone else misgenders me, it is never your job to tell them that it's okay. 'Cause it isn't. I get it. The discussion of the gender spectrum confused.
Is no one concerned or distracted by that ceiling fan in the back?
You, and that's fine. But if you don't know anything about it, don't fucking speak on it.
Let me tell you something.
The ending. That's atheism is unstoppable on the end of that genius clip. Thank you. You're welcome. It's my clip. From Atheism is Unstoppable from censored.tv from behind the paywall, where you can say whatever you want. And I'm talking about the show hosts. Jim Goad's there. Milo Yiannopoulos is there. Devin Tracy as Atheism is Unstoppable is there. What more do you need? Jim Goad is straight fire. Still getting over his breakup with JB Beverly, though. Sad to see JB leave. But Jim Goad is genius. And then, of course, you got to get off my lawn, the showcase with Gavin McInnes. This is a TikToker who I think has since offed themselves because I can't find this girl anymore. What was she called? Not So Right Side. I don't know what it was, but I can't find her anymore. But she was picking up our SOS from across the creek, what we call the ditch, the river.
Today is the first day that I watched the mainstream media in a long time. I watched it because I know that our neighboring country sent out an SOS for America last night. It's now 7:38 p.m., and I realize that the President of the United States didn't answer their call. Didn't even talk about it in the media. It's over, you guys. Like, everything that has happened and played out has all just been to prepare you mentally on your rights, what you are capable of, the fact that you are strong, and as an American, you are fearless.
Oh no, am I going to get cut?
And unstoppable.
I shouldn't have the music in the background. You get the idea, right?
Not misuse them.
I'm going to get a copyright strike for that, maybe. I don't know. I thought she was sweet, and I was picking it up. And I'm here for this. It's Grant, LaFleche, Fake News. Talk to me.
I'm getting some backlash about some comments I put on social media yesterday.
These hits are coming fast and hard.
And the backlash is fine, but I thought I would
let's center this up a little bit better.
help explain or expand on my comments.
That's as good as it gets.
Explain why I stand by my comments.
Wow. Is that too much? This is Rebecca Hahn. She's a delegation at the regional municipality. Speaking of fire, in a different, more credible, respectable way, Rebecca Hahn is all that in a bag of chips. She came before regional council to speak against this absurd media resolution that Jim Bradley put forward. Or no, she was speaking about the spinning of COVID tests. She wants an answer to the question, how many cycles are the PCR tests being cycled at? She did her whole delegation. This was the end of it. And then Walter Sendzik comes in to pay her homage. Is that how you would call it? With air quotes around the word? Here we go.
I do hope you take this information seriously. History will not look kindly on those in a position of power who ignored the pleadings of the people to do their due diligence. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hahn. Do we have any questions of the presenter? Seeing none. Thank you very much, Ms. Hahn.
Thank you.
Oh, wait a minute. Okay, Councillor Sendzik. I didn't see his name there right away. Councillor Sendzik, go ahead.
Thank you, Chair, and through the Chair to the presenter. Thank you for presenting today. So you've given us some of your research and just looking for some accuracy. So are we, because again, do you think this is all a big hoax? That this is, I just want to be clear to the public. Do you think that everything that's been done today, the impact on the hospitals, the impact on members of our community in terms of the virus itself and those working in the healthcare system who see it, do you think it's a big hoax?
Well, I don't like you putting words into my mouth, first of all. I never said it was a hoax. I'm simply presenting to you what science has said. So that's up to you. It's up to you and the committee to make decisions based on the evidence that I'm producing today. So I have been submitting these things to you, submitting this research to you, and nobody has done nothing. Nobody has responded to me. So don't put words into my mouth. I didn't say this is a hoax. I'm saying there's a massive issue with PCR testing.
I just wanted to be clear because we've had good discussions previously where you've indicated that you're challenged by a lot of the actual research that is being presented to the federal government, to the provincial government, to the regional government. And I just want to make sure that you actually don't think, because there's there's a few people out there who think this is all just make believe and it's a big hoax. I just want to make sure that
people are dying with COVID-19. So I certainly don't think it's a hoax. I just think there's an issue with the PCR testing that needs to be addressed.
And again, through the chair, that's because your belief is that it's the rate of positivity that's driving our decisions to close things down, or.
Well, that's according to science.
No. Again, through the chair, what I'm trying to get we've had these discussions before. The matrix for how the government is trying to protect the most people possible is looking at also the surge impact on healthcare, impact on hospitals.
Okay, wait. The Matrix? Are you talking about like Mr. Smith and Neo? The Matrix. I think what you meant is the metrics, what we use. So while you're going out of your way to discredit this woman by essentially calling her a conspiracy theorist, what's next? Nazi? Bubbles? Not only are you going out of your way to discredit this woman that's made a fine presentation, a fine delegation before council, at least you asked her a question that gives her the opening to destroy you, which she does very capably. Let me tell you something about Rebecca Hahn. The little that I know about her, little is in quotes. First of all, she's much taller on Zoom than she is in real life. This I know. Also, one of the best storytellers I've heard in a long time. Funny, full of passion. She's a happily married mother of two who, from what I can tell, is involved in a family business. She is no slouch. I don't know what she's doing here, wasting her time on Walter Sendzik, but I give her mad love for it. Shout out to the three queens. What up? And there's way more of you. Women are doing more in this day and age than any of you beta males are doing. Like this. Walter Sendzik. What a peach.
But your concern is right now just the kind of testing that isn't being undertaken because your belief that it drives a lot of the decision making?
Well, I'm presenting science to you. It's not a matter of what I believe. I trust the science. And so the science is saying there's a massive issue with PCR testing. And as I mentioned, I have proof that we are testing at 45 cycles.
Okay, through the chair, I'm not debating that part of it. It's just, so your belief is that the testing is based on the science, is that we're making decisions just based on testing, not on other variables.
That's the criteria. Well, sorry, what was your question?
Yeah.
Just in terms of you're basing the testing, your
bullshit baffles
theory
brains, I guess, right?
Is driving a lot of our
he said nothing to her, so he's like, she's like, well, what was the question?
Schools or it's having
sorry, I'm filibustering.
Like
I'm virtue signaling.
Your focus of attention.
Politics is Hollywood for ugly people.
I mean, when we hear about the cases going up, that's when essentially they close down businesses and schools. Is that not the case? Like, oh, there's too many cases, we need to shut things down. Is that not the criteria you're using to enforce lockdowns?
And I appreciate the question because that's where I think you're trying to go is looking at what is the matrix that the public health looks at, and you're right, that is one of them. But I think we have to do a better job.
Maybe it's me.
To the public
maybe matrix is the
percentage of positivity
metric
that
for
is driving
analyzing. Blah 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 blah. Wally, dry the fuck up. You've done nothing as mayor. You've done absolutely fuck all as mayor. Wally, Bubbles, forever known as Bubbles, cropped his face. Here's the clip name, in case you want it. Cropped it nice and long, and then posted a picture of the face cropped long, and then I was typing the caption, "Why the long face?" And then I looked, and you couldn't see his eyes because of the reflection of the camera at the time. And bubbles came to me immediately, and I pulled the trigger, and I loved it. I loved it. And so did people. What's next? Oh, Christy Freeland.
I really believe COVID has created a window of political opportunity and maybe an epiphany. COVID has created a window of political opportunity. Political opportunity. Political opportunity.
Political opportunity. This is not a test.
Window of political opportunity. COVID has created a window of political opportunity. Political opportunity. Political opportunity.
Political opportunity.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome. Chucky is back.
Comments from Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib that are getting a fair amount of attention. Responding to Dante Wright's shooting, she says, "I'm done with those who condone government-funded murder. No more policing, incarceration, and militarization."
Not to be confused with.
What do you make of those comments? Do you disavow her calls for no more policing?
I can't say it.
Look, what I can state from here is that that's not the president's view. The president's view is that there are necessary, outdated reforms.
The president's view is like, he basically he wants me to come out here and speak like a 12-year-old, and I like to smack my lips a lot, and
that should be put in place. That there is accountability that needs to happen. That the loss of life is far too high. That these families are suffering around the country, and that the Black community is exhausted from the ongoing threats they feel. But he also believes that there is a forum for putting in place legislation, the George Floyd Act, that can help put many of these necessary reforms in place. And that part of what needs to happen is rebuilding trust in communities in order to get to a better place.
There are people all across the country.
I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Demonstrating and
what are we doing here?
People who were born in 2000 are now 40. Let that sink in.
This is our future. And Michaela
Just
Peterson?
don't.
Thank you. Just don't.
What the fuck?
What the fuck, dude? Cutest kid ever.
So say it with me. Si se puede.
Background.
Is ours.
That's not what you think it is.
How do you feel about
Johnny Cash
burning the flag?
Burning the flag.
Do you feel like we should have a law against burning the flag? An amendment, if you will.
Yeah, I do. When I see somebody hear about burning the flag, I think about the time that June and I went to Vietnam in 1969 and saw the burning flesh. The boys coming in from the helicopters on the stretchers with the flesh burned, falling off from the napalm on their bodies. And you never forget the smell of that. But anyway, back to the flag. I think of that, whether whether the Vietnam War was right or not, there are a lot of people who sacrificed their lives for it, and their time, and their brains. And whether or not we were right in being there when we went, that wasn't the issue. It's that Americans were there dying for me and dying for that flag. So I think if you want to burn the American flag, you ought to take it to Iran but I still cherish those freedoms, you know? Like if I got a week off next week, I can go and do anything I want to in this United States. And there's not many countries you can do that in. And I cherish all of the freedoms that we got, including the right to burn the flag. But I also got the right to bear arms, and if you burn mine, I'll shoot you.
What? Thank you, Johnny Cash. He goes on. The clip is amazing. He tells a story about that old tattered flag, I think. I think it's in this clip. Go check it out. Joe Biden refers to Jim Crow often.
I think today's professional athletes are acting incredibly responsibly.
This is in reference to the new law in Georgia that, amongst other things, says that you need to show voter ID before you vote. Now, where I live, ID at the voting booth is standard. We don't have mail-in ballots here.
I would strongly support them doing that. People look to them. They're leaders. Look at what's happened with the NBA as well.
And Major League Baseball removed the All-Star game from Georgia in response to this supposed racist bill.
Oh, look at what's happened across the board. The very people who are victimized the most are the people who are the leaders in these various sports.
What? The leaders in these various sports are the ones that are being victimized? Why? Because they're privileged colored people? Millionaires? I don't get this guy.
And it's just not right. This is Jim Crow on steroids.
What? Jim Crow on steroids. That's what this bill is. This is a lying, senile old man. I'm sorry.
That's what they're doing in Georgia and 40 other states.
Ted Cruz was asked to wear a mask by a reporter. This was his response.
To the TV camera, I'm not going to wear a mask, and all of us have been immunized. So you're welcome to step away if you like. The whole point of a vaccine, CDC guidance, is what we're following.
Antifa dude with a smoke in his mouth, okay? He's already taken one guy out. You heard the ding. He's got a helmet in his hand. It was originally reported as a frying pan. My mistake. Man in pink pussy hat plus alpha with dart in mouth equals bing, bing. Let's start it over. There's Antifa in the pussy hat. Antifa's rolling up. Antifa's getting binged for the first. This is the first Antifa bing. Listen for it. And dude with smoke in mouth takes aim at poor young Antifa squirt. And this is what it sounds like. Good night now.
Get vaccinated now.
Creepy Joe again?
Yes, the vaccines are about saving your life, but also the lives of the people around you.
You whispering creep.
But they're also about helping you get back to closer to normal in our living. More normal living.
Can't read
Getting
it
together
from
with
here,
friends.
dudes.
Going to the park for a picnic.
I just pooped my pants.
Without needing to mask up.
No, I don't mean I pooped my pants. Joe just pooped in his diaper.
Get vaccinated. So go get the shot.
Go get the shot.
It's never been easier.
It's never been easier.
And once you're fully
Doesn't
vaccinated,
even hurt.
you can go without a mask.
Don't worry.
When you're outside.
Oh, you can go without a mask
away
outside.
From big crowds.
Oh, is that why you wore one up to the lectern?
The team at the CDC for everything they're doing to help us lead with science.
Crying out loud.
And bring our communities out
Have
of
I
this
fulfilled
crisis
my
safely and responsibly.
commitment to a
I
Thursday
also
Night
want to
Live?
thank everyone
Or what? No.
who's gotten the
Get me outta
vaccine
here.
for doing your in this endeavor.
My
It really
wife
is important.
loves the Navajo Nation too much. Let me just pick this up from my cue cards first.
One thing to Bird of the Navajo Nation. Let my wife come home. She likes the Navajo Nation too much. She keeps being out there. She was out there for 2 days. She was out there before.
She was out there before. I don't know.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
I called her. I said, where are you? She said, I'm staying another day. So, let her come home, okay? I don't want her, that's too
hanging
far
out with
for me
all
to
you
commute.
guys all the time. Too far for me to commute.
I shouldn't be so.
You shouldn't be
But
so.
Eddie, look, this is.
You should not be so, Joe. Okay, super cringe before we get out of here. I got some super cringe for you. This is it. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance. Mr. Fanman.
Give us vaccines. Help all the people who have been quarantined. We'll wear our masks and we'll have to stay distant.
I thought I heard someone scream, please stop, in the background. I could be wrong.
We'll wash our hands and we'll be more resistant. Fauci, yes? Promise us, please. We'll have a cure that can fight off this disease.
Most popular comment on my post of this on Facebook was, this kid's never getting laid.
Restrictions will lift with some ease. Dr. Fauci, don't forget me.
I think this boy's reaching puberty during the song. Poor kid. That is difficult. Singing while you have full wood on stage is very tough. Why do I say that?
Are you anticipating having every single traveler who comes to Canada, will there be a requirement to make them fully vaccinated?
You know what this answer is, right? He's going to tap dance like he normally does. He never answers any questions. Props to the reporter. The reporter wants a vaccine passport, and Justin Trudeau welcomes that question.
We are, of course, looking very, very carefully at this issue, even as we are in the third wave right now, dealing with extremely urgent and difficult situations. We continue to plan for how we reopen the economy, how we reopen our borders, how we get back to normal, which is something that all Canadians want to do. And obviously, as was the case pre-pandemic,
spit it out,
certificates
you
of vaccination are a part of international travel
you
to certain
fucking
regions, and,
loafer,
are
you
naturally to be
freeloading
expected when it comes to this pandemic and
I can't even say it. Coattail rider. You suck. Fuck you, Justin Trudeau. Stephen Crowder hates Canada. And here's proof.
Yeah, and these are the two most corrosive things that we have in our society. And then they want you to be, and this is the problem, you combine that, okay, with rule following for the greater good. This is how you end up, I come from Canada. Shitty place, okay? Canada sucks. It's nothing. I hate it. Nothing. Okay, let me be really, you just have a guy who was arrested in Canada. Yeah. For his daughter wanted to become a boy, and there's a divorce, and he's misgendering. And some people say, well, actually, this guy wasn't. Maybe you can bring that up at some point. Bring up that story. Actually, the guy is not being arrested for misgendering his child. Joe Lewis, I don't have the tolerance right now. Get back in your bed. Joe Lewis, place. All right, fine. That's okay. Go rub your butthole on the carpet. I don't care anymore.
I think it might have been laying on the fireplace.
I think you get the idea. Stephen Crowder hates Canada. I have proof. This is old, but you need to see it again.
I think, yeah.
Hi, Laura. Yep. Wow. I miss having you over on the show. You know, hanging out together, talking about real life issues. Like, not at all, but it sounds good. You came on my show 4 years ago, Laura, and then you went back onto the show and put all these comments, all these studies that prove that women were oppressed, were victims, and were the victim of a gender pay gap that's been debunked many, many times. In fact, now young women under 35 years old make more money than men across the board. Look it up. Read a fucking book. You don't. Oh, you almost. Hey. This woman hates white people, and she also hates being a woman. Why? Well, because everyone knows that the superior sex is male. I mean, unless you're male and then you idolize the other sex, which you fight to protect and fight to stay with and to provide for at some level, to do the man things in the relationship. You know, men love women. Women like this hate women. Hate being women, hate their jobs, hate their relationship with their father, hate that they're divorced from the father of their children, hate that their father grows up without a father in the home where good, strong men and women are mentored by their biological father, not spending weekends with them. So just because you're so fucking angry with your pathetic existence on this planet, Laura, don't bring your shit all over the place. So my show 4 years ago, I said, I like being a man. I could probably say, I like being a white man. I like being a white 6'4" man. I like it just fine. I'm not bitter about the sex I was born with. Call me privileged. How about you, Laura? If you could come back as a man, would you?
I have it pretty good.
If I could come back, I would come back a man.
Yeah.
Would you?
Probably.
Sexist. I got you. It took me 2 hours to get that out of her.
As long as the game is still rigged,
See?
yeah, I'd totally come back.
Penis envy. It can all go down to that.
Yeah. I just want a better career.
This is an edit. It was a real-time edit, too. Slow that shit down. This is what they want. Power. Not money, not anything else. Power. 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 It's sad. Whatever. I'm over it. But, Laura, we have the receipts. Your filthy post the other day, it's not making you look good. I'm fine with it. But this is, what are we, 5? This is basically, if you don't do what I say, we can't be friends. You will unfriend certain unmentioned person in post, but if you don't do what I say, then we can't be friends. Like, I'm not going to be your friend if you don't, like, like, unfriend that bad man. We can't be friends. I got the receipts, Laura. Stay tuned. All right, I'm getting out of here. What do we go out with? We go with some M Factor? What do you think? We didn't come in with it. What is it? Want some? All right. Little Maddie Ferguson on the way out. It's called M Factor. I spelled the name wrong when I put it up earlier. It's M-PHAKTOR, M Factor with a PH and a K. You got it? Thank you, Maddie. I love you, brother. I am